Now, the BJP Stop Rush appears to be shying away from the Mutalik episode and placing the blame squarely on the shoulders of the local leaders. Can it be justified? Find out for yourself.
There was high drama on Sunday when Pramod Mutalik, the self-styled upholder of Hindu culture, was inducted into the Saffron Party. The move didn't go down too well with many moderate elements questioning the decision. And within hours, Mutalik was out of BJP. But despite the embarrassment, Mutalik put up a brave face and instead blamed BJP central leadership.
ಇದೊಂದು ಅವಸರದ ನೀತಿ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಪದಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಬಹಳ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸದಿಂದ ನಂಬಿಕೆಯಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಸ್ವೀಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ಪಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರ್ಪಡೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ಆದರೆ ಕೇಂದ್ರದ ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯ ಒಂದು ಪದಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ನಾಯಕತ್ವ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆಗೆ ಎಡವಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಇಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ನಿರ್ಣಯ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಪದಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಇಡದೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಯಾವುದೋ ಹಳೆ ಘಟನೆಯನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು 2009ನೇ ಇಸ್ವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದಂತ ಪಬ್ ಘಟನೆಯನ್ನ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ 15 ದಿನ ನಾನು ಜೈಲಿನಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೆ, ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೇಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಕೋರ್ಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಘಟನೆಯನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಇಷ್ಟು ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಒಂದು ಮಹತ್ವದ ನಿರ್ಣಯಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಸರದ ನಿರ್ಣಯ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ಬಹಳ ನಮಗೆ ನೋವು ತಂದಿದೆ, ದುಃಖ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಸರಿಯಲ್ಲ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದು ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆಯ ಹೋಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಅನಿಸಿಕೆ ಇದೆ.
Mutalik also clarified that he didn't see Anant Kumar's hand in his ouster from the Saffron Party.
ಏನೇನೂ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ರೈವರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅನಂತ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಕೂಡ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮಗೇನು ಅಂಥ ಘನಿಷ್ಠವಾದಂಥ ನಮಗೇನು ಸ್ನೇಹ ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನಾನು RSS ಸ್ವಯಂ ಸೇವಕ, ಅವರು RSS ಸ್ವಯಂ ಸೇವಕರು. ಸೊ ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ನನಗೆ ಪೂರ್ಣ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಇದೆ ಅವರು ಈ ಘಟನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಕೈವಾಡ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಪ್ರಮೋದ್ ಮುತಾಲಿಕನಿಗೆ ದ್ರೋಹ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವರು ಭಾರತ ಮಾತೆಗೆ ದ್ರೋಹ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, RSSಗೆ ದ್ರೋಹ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಅವರ ಹೆತ್ತ ತಾಯಿಗೆ ದ್ರೋಹ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆದರೆ ನಾನು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾವಾಗ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ದ್ರೋಹ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ನನಗಿದೆ. ಅವರು ಈ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡಲಾರರು, ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡುವಂತಹದ್ದು ನಾನು ಸಿದ್ಧತೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ.
Now we get an explanation as to what really happened. Today, the leader of the opposition in Rajya Sabha, Arun Jaitley, offered an explanation as to what transpired on Sunday.
You see, स्टेट के लोगों ने लोकल लेवल पे, वो भी कोस्टल कर्नाटका में ये निर्णय लिया. मुझे जब पता चला, मैंने दिल्ली में बात की. दिल्ली में किसी को मालूम भी नहीं था, हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष तक को मालूम नहीं था, हमारे संगठन मंत्री को भी मालूम नहीं था. एंड ऑल ऑफ अस रिएक्टेड इन द सेम वे कि आज इसकी करने की कोई आवश्यकता नहीं थी और इसको अवॉइड करना चाहिए, और इसलिए स्टेट को सलाह दी गई कि इसको कैंसिल किया जाए.
Jaitley's explanation now indicates that the decision to induct the self-styled upholder of Hindu culture was taken at the local level. He also added that Mutalik didn't have the blessings of the central leadership. And the Congress was not found wanting. Union Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas, Veerappa Moily, said the whole process indicated a very fickle mind on the part of the Saffron Party.
Mutalik issue, how they admitted, why they have denied it, is a matter which is known to them. I will not question about it. But at the same time, this demonstrates the inconsistency, contradiction on the part of BJP, and in that case, how can the Indian electorate can pin hopes on the BJP, which can take anybody at any time and throw out anybody at any time.
Taint and controversy, it appears, have now become companions of the Saffron Party, which hopes to form the next government in Delhi. But will Modi wave silence these controversies is what remains to be seen. A News 9 report.
Now, Jaswant Singh finally took his decision today. After filing nomination as an independent candidate, he formally resigned from the party.
Former Union Minister Jaswant Singh formally quit the Saffron Party today. Singh handed over his resignation, putting to rest speculations over his candidature. Earlier in the day, the former party leader filed nomination from Barmer constituency as an independent candidate after the Bharatiya Janata Party denied a ticket for the upcoming Lok Sabha polls. Expressing relief after filing the nomination, Singh said that the people would now decide whether he should win or not. Jaswant Singh will now be contesting the elections against BJP leader Colonel Sonaram Chowdhury. It is going to be a tough fight as Chowdhury enjoys the support of Rajasthan Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje. Singh addressed a public gathering at Barmer where he slammed BJP President Rajnath Singh and Vasundhara Raje.
The first person to have hurt me is BJP President Rajnath Singh. This is the second time that he has hurt my sentiments. Second is the Chief Minister of Rajasthan, Vasundhara Raje. I am very sad that these two people have betrayed me. They haven't just betrayed me, but the party and its principles as well.
Singh also expressed grief over being betrayed by these two leaders. He also said that the ticket has been given to a person who has lost the elections just 2 months back.
When I found my name missing from the list, I called Rajnath Singh and he said he was on his way somewhere. When he spoke to me later, he told me that the ticket was not going to be given to me. The ticket instead was given to a congressman who until 2 months ago was abusing us.
Singh slammed the party, saying that a clerk was treated better compared to the treatment meted out to him. Earlier, when the party denied giving him a ticket, the party said that they would compensate him after the elections. Jaswant Singh hit back over this remark.
I reject the thought and I reject the mentality behind it. Assumption is that they shall form the government and offer me some throttle. They can keep it for themselves.
However, even after all this, the Saffron Party has not taken any action against the rebel leader. The party said that they will wait until the last state of withdrawals to decide a future course of action. Though Jaswant Singh has filed his nominations and the party has not reacted yet, it however remains to be seen who will finally emerge victorious. A News 9 report.
Now, election season is full of shockers and surprises. Who better than BJP State President Prahlad Joshi can vouch for this, as he too stood witness to a shocking surprise today in Dharwad. It was a grand rally in Dharwad today. BJP State President Prahlad Joshi, along with former Chief Minister Jagdish Shettar, Govind Karjola and other local leaders, was on his way to the District Commissioner's office to file his nomination. Every one part of the rally was lost in merriment, and that is when something unexpected transpired. Shoe hurled at Prahlad Joshi. It caught everyone present there by surprise. A shoe appeared from nowhere and headed towards Prahlad Joshi, but fortunately misses Joshi. The incident happened at the Jubilee Cross in Dharwad when Prahlad Joshi was on his way to file his nomination for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. Workers part of the rally immediately picked the shoe up and tried tracing the miscreant. Their search, however, did not yield any result. None could trace the miscreant or the motive for such a brash move. Prahlad Joshi refuses to comment. Prahlad Joshi chose to stay away from commenting on the issue, claiming that he had failed to notice any shoe being hurled at him. The cops have registered a complaint and have promised to trace the troublemonger at the earliest. But such incidences are definitely making elections and everything related more interesting. Narasimha Murthy for News 9, Dharwad. Now the political battle has thrown open the floodgates of warfare, not just between the parties but also families. Brothers are leaving no opportunity to take pot shots at each other. Do take a look.
Shimoga set for Bangarappa storm. They might not be contesting against each other like they did in 2008. But one must know this fight is going to be fiercer than any battle. And with Bangarappa brothers Madhu and Kumar trading verbal punches at each other, things can go haywire in the coming days. Sibling rivalry takes a nasty turn. After Kumar Bangarappa's attack over Madhu and his sister Geeta, it was the turn of the younger sibling. JDS MLA said that Kumar is making statements against the Bangarappa family out of frustration. He also accused him of having a secret understanding with the BJP.
ಆದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪಕ್ಷದವರು ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಬಂಗಾರಪ್ಪಾಜಿಯವರಿಗೆ ಆ ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರಾ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಆ ಹೇಳಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮಾನ ಮರ್ಯಾದೆ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ನನಗನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯವರ ಸವಾಸ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಬಂಗಾರಪ್ಪ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯವರ ಗುಣಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನು 2-3 ದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಸವಾಸ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗೆ ಏನೋ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರ್ಯಾರೋ ಬಂದು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
Madhu Bangarappa didn't mince any words to show his brother in poor light during the press conference held to talk about Geeta Shivraj Kumar's filing of nomination. A quick trip to Delhi. Meanwhile, the controversy over Kumar Bangarappa has now reached the Congress High Command's ears. Kumar Bangarappa was summoned to Delhi by High Command to talk about his prospects in the party. It is learned that they will attempt to mollify the Congress leader after he threatened to fight the Lok Sabha polls as an independent after being denied the Congress ticket from Shimoga. So what's in store for Kumar Bangarappa? That will be clear only after Kumar meets all the senior Congress leaders today. But will the sibling rivalry take more nasty turns in the coming days? Well, that will surely be an interesting watch. A News 9 report.